Pat carries on. And with another 49-yard field goal, the Giants win 20-3. That's football's finest place kicker.
As a player, broadcaster, and as a person, Pat Summerall untangled life's twists and turns with determination and understatement. Even though he was born with a club foot that had to be surgically straightened, his passion for sports drove him to a career in football. After leaving the University of Arkansas, he joined the Chicago Cardinals in 1953. He not only kicked, but played both ways, scoring his only NFL touchdown as a defensive end.
The Cardinals were not what you'd call a class organization. The facility was inferior. It was in a depressing side of Chicago. It was just not a very happy time and not a very happy atmosphere. Plus, we lost all the time.
Head coach Joe Stidehar showed his disgust on payday.
He'd bring your check to your locker where you were getting ready for practice, and he'd have a little note written on the envelope that the check was in, saying, I always thought you were a gutless son of a bitch. Now, I know it's true.
While the Cardinals continued to stumble along, Pat's talent as a kicker caught the eye of the New York Giants in 1958.
Going from there to the Giants was like going from the so-called outhouse to the good house. The Giants were on top of the world at that time, and we were a championship team.
In order to get to the '58 championship, New York had to beat Jim Brown's Cleveland Browns to force a playoff. After the Giants' final drive stalled, Pat was called in to kick a career-long field goal, much to the dismay of New York's offensive coordinator, Vince Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi was dead set against the kick, and he made that clear. And he and Jim Lee Howell actually got into a rather heated argument on the sideline, and Howell just made it clear, we're going for the kick.
Charlie Connolly was my holder, and when I got in the huddle and bent over, he asked me, what the hell are you doing in here? And that's another good way to build confidence, I guess. I said, they told me to kick it. So he said, you're kidding. I said, no.
It's cold, it's dark, it's wet, and the ball is 49 yards out. Summerall kicks. It's gone. The season's longest field goal. The Giants pummel Summerall. The crowd is wild with excitement.
Lombardi grabbed me and hugged me. And I thought he was going to say congratulations or something, although that wasn't Vince's style. And he said, you know, you son of a bitch, you can't kick it that far.
While the Giants went on to lose to the Colts in what's called the greatest game ever played, the national media attention opened up a post-football career for Pat. Beginning with local radio, Pat eventually earned a spot on CBS TV's #1 announcing team. His partner was Tom Brookshire.
They were as close to two football fans watching football as we've ever come.
It's a cold and windy day at Shea Stadium in New York.
Pat is always a great storyteller, and Brookie was the ultimate fun guy.
The Jets have won the toss and elected not to play.
And that brought fun to television. The announcers became such a big part of the story that you were watching because you wanted to be part of what people were talking about.
They called us the Sunshine Boys, and, we rode pretty high when we were together. I remember a couple of times the guys at the network saying, hey, maybe you guys are having too good a time. Maybe you're enjoying life too much.
While CBS did break up the team, Brookshire later organized an intervention that helped Pat win his battle with alcoholism.
I never had a brother. I was raised by an aunt and an uncle. I was almost sent to an orphanage, and so I don't know really what brother-brother relationships are like. If I ever had a brother, I'd like him to be like this.
For the rest of his career, Pat worked with John Madden in a partnership that spanned over 2 decades and 2 networks. They were one of the most successful broadcasting duos in NFL history.
All the way back to the 11. We've been here since Monday, and I felt like running down and playing. I have goosebumps all over. I'm glad we didn't.
Pat is such a professional, and Pat is everything. And he's so smooth. I mean, he's like silk. I rant and rave and go off on tangents, and then Pat, in a word or two, can get you, boom, right back, and there you go.
He did cut him.
His elegance, intelligence, and experience, common sense, and friendship, It's all those things. It's not just that. I mean, he's the perfect guy. And if anyone can't get along with Pat Summerall, you can't get along with anyone.